How's it going, everybody? Daniel Morales here, back to Normal Bodywork, also known as the DIY Massage Guy. And today we're going to be talking about how to get rid of that pain in between your shoulder blades. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, so before we get into what gets rid of the pain, let's first understand what could be causing the pain. A lot of the times in my practice, what I see is the people that have pain in the shoulder blades there are usually people that have their arms out in front of them for long periods of time. That could be somebody who works on a computer a lot or somebody that drives a lot, whether it be for to and from work, or you drive for a living, or you just love to take trips, which causes you to be in the car for long periods of time. Now, you're like, well, why does that apply to me? Because with my arms being out in front, isn't it the muscles in the front that are firing and engaging and stuff? And yes, that is correct, but don't forget, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, so even though you're using the muscles out in the front, you're also causing the muscles in the back to engage. And the thing is that most of the things that we do on a daily basis is out in front of us. So very, very rarely do we remember to strengthen or to use our back muscles. We tend to slouch in our chairs, we tend to slouch in our car seats, and all those things, which tend to cause these muscles to shorten up and shorten up and shorten up. And as these muscles tend to shorten and our shoulders roll forward, our back muscles are stretching and stretching and stretching. But while they're stretching, they're also pulling because they want to keep our shoulders in balance. They don't want to allow our shoulders to be too far forward or too far back. So they're fighting against our pecs to keep our shoulders in more of an even position. So they're constantly working. And when they're constantly working, they end up getting tired. And when they're tired, that's what causes a lot of the pain back there, especially that burning sensation that a lot of people get. In my office, a lot of the people that come in with pain between their shoulder blades usually feel some sort of burning sensation, whether it be for a short amount of time or kind of their main symptom. But that's the reason why the back muscles there are giving you so much trouble, is because they're tired and they're weak, and they're just saying, hey, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. We need your help. So, and that is a warning sign to you, and that is something that's good, because if you pay attention to that, then you can reverse those symptoms, you can reverse that issue. Okay, so now let's go into how to get rid of the pain. So the first way that we're going to use to get rid of the pain in between the shoulder blades there is with a couple things that you probably already have at home. The first thing is a long sock. This is personally a soccer sock, and the longer the sock, the better. If it's a short sock, it probably won't work as well, because you want to be able to have a little bit of leeway so that you can drop the sock down pretty low and be able to adjust it where you need it to be on your back. Now, the second thing that you want to have is a ball. I personally like a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, and also a handball. Both of them, or all three of them, are the perfect size to be able to get really deep into those muscles. If you want something that's not as aggressive, then I would say to go with something a little softer. This is a tennis ball, and as you can see, it has a little bit of give to it. It's hard enough to get the job done, but it's soft enough where it won't hurt you, or you don't have to fear about damaging the muscles or anything like that. So that's personally why I like to go with a little bit of the softer balls. So just go ahead and stick it in there, and you have yourself your first tool. Now, the first way that I usually like to use this particular tool is by doing more trigger point type stuff. So I'll throw it back there, and I'll go ahead and lean up against the wall, and I'll adjust it based off of where my pain is. And I'll just go ahead and move around. You can go left or right, up or down, and you personally know the pain that you've been experiencing. And once you hit that particular spot, it will cause those symptoms. It'll just make everything light up, and you will know what spot you're trying to get to. So just go ahead and move around left, right. And once you find that spot, just go ahead and stay there. You don't have to move. You don't have to do anything. Just stay there. The pain level that you want to kind of sit around at while you're doing this trigger point stuff is probably right around about a 3 or a 4 on a scale of 0 to 10. You don't want it to be too intense where you just can't wait to get off of it. You actually want it to be somewhat comfortable, because then your body won't fight it, and then your body can relax into it, and that's when the muscles will start to loosen up, which is nice. So let's just say, let's say my pain has completely gone away, or gone down to about a 1 from now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get up, move around a little bit, see how my shoulder's feeling, see if there's any other spots that are still hurting, and I'll go ahead and repeat that exact same process. So go ahead and find that spot. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and lean on there again at about a 3 or 4, and just wait for the pain to subside all the way down to about a 0. right, perfect. Now, if you've done that and you want something that's a little bit quicker when it comes to taking the pain away, you can also use movement while you're doing the trigger point stuff. So you would do the exact same thing, go right there, right into that spot there. There we go, find that spot, and then you just go ahead and move your arm around. So move, 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 go up, go out, go across. Find those different ways where you feel the pull in that muscle there. Outside of that, my favorite one is when I find that particular spot, I bring my arm across my body and then I just go left to right where that pain is. Because what we're doing here is we're taking that muscle and we're stretching it. And when we stretch it, while we're going across it like this, we just open it up even more. So go ahead and go left to right on there, left to right, and you'll feel it just start to melt. And again, that pain level is right about that 3 or 4, okay? You don't wanna get it too high. If you do go into that kind of 7, 8, 9 level on that pain scale, most likely your muscle's gonna start to feel sore. And we don't wanna get to that point because we wanna be able to do this every day if we want to. If we get that pain level extremely high while we're working on ourselves, most likely the muscle is going to be sore, and then it's not going to feel good doing it the next day if that pain does tend to come back. So when we set at that 3 or 4 pain level, it allows the muscles to release. It allows the muscles to say, okay, this is beneficial, and it doesn't go, oh my goodness, this is a trauma, and then tend to tighten it back up. Okay, so stay within that 3 to 4 level, and yeah, so that is what you do with this one. The second one would be to stretch. Now, this muscle, when it tightens up this way, it forces this muscle to have to activate and work even harder. So with that happening and causing fatigue, what we want to do is we want to release this muscle to allow the shoulder to sit back, and then this muscle doesn't have to work as hard. All right, you guys, so now we're going to work on the pec stretch here. So what you do is you get into a doorway and you just go ahead and straight arm out, and you go ahead and go away from your body or go away from your arm to cause that stretch there. You'll feel a nice stretch right in here. And if you feel that stretch in there, actually if you feel it up in here, then that means that your arm is too high and it's causing you to do this, okay? So you just go ahead and drop your shoulder down. If you have to bring your hand down, go ahead, that's not a problem at all. And then you go ahead and twist to get that open there. If you are stretching and you want to get even more of a stretch in a short amount of time where you just feel like, for whatever reason, you're like, I'm stretching every day, but it doesn't seem to be releasing as fast. While you're stretching, just go ahead and rub from the middle of your chest up to your shoulder and back, because that's where the muscles go. They go from your chest up to your shoulder here. So while you're stretching, just go ahead and rub there. Get that little added opening up there. Open, open, open. And you should feel a lot of release there while you're doing that, okay? So that is the way we release the muscles, or we get rid of the pain in the back there. Again, it's because when the chest muscles shorten up here, these muscles have to work even harder. So feel free to work on opening these up and then getting into those with the ball and sock technique that we showed. And then the other thing will be strength, which we will do in another video. I'm looking forward to doing that, because the stronger you are, the better off you'll be, especially when it's in the right areas. So again, this is Daniel Morales, Back to Normal Bodywork, aka DIY Massage Guy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. God bless.